What is up, guys? We are back here for a live stream tonight, Saturday night, 7:20 right now. We are about 10 to 15 minutes before the game officially starts here today between the Colorado Avalanche and the New York Islanders. It's a battle of teams near, I'd say Islanders near the bottom of their division. Again, they have 8 points, so a win tonight ties them at the top with the Flyers, Rangers, and Devils of all teams. And then you've got the Avalanche. A win tonight has them tied with the Dallas Stars, who actually ended up losing today 6-3 to the New York Rangers. What an offensive output by the Rangers. They needed that, as again, it's been a while for the Rangers as they kind of been up and down. A lot of teams are still trying to figure it out, but man, the Flyers finding a way to get it done at home. On home ice, I should say. They're 3-1 at home, 2-1 away, so they're looking pretty good. Colorado right now 4-3-1. They are coming off of a loss, and they're looking to rebound. I know they're on a sort of East Coast swing right now, so they are needing to get things done in a hurry. On your screen right now, we actually do have the games of Sunday on the board right now, as we'll actually take a look at the schedule as well. I don't have my iPad up either at the moment, so if you guys are commenting or just hopping into the stream, I apologize, but taking a look at it, we've got a bunch of games tonight. Battle of Alberta, one to watch for. Pittsburgh plays the Kraken. They are on their West Coast swing. They have yet to win a game so far. They lost to Edmonton, they lost to Calgary, they lost to Vancouver last night 5-1. They got Seattle tonight at 10. Earlier in the day, let's see here. Where are the games from earlier today? There we go. 6-3 Rangers over Dallas. 5-3 Florida over Ottawa, who Ottawa was on a little streak there. Tampa beats the Sharks 4-3. I know the Sharks just came off of a win against the Toronto Maple Leafs. So crazy things are happening in the NHL. We've got a good one here tonight. Let's actually take a look right now at the Colorado Avalanche to see how things are going for them. Take a look at their schedule. I wonder if they'll just give us sort of a full sheet here. Oh, actually, that's great. I kind of like this. So, again, they are coming off of a loss 1-0 to the Devils. Tough one there. That was last night. So, back-to-back. They've got the Islanders tonight. They beat the New York Rangers 3-2. That was actually one of my picks for the week, stating that the Rangers would win that game 3-2. They ended up losing 3-2 in a shootout, excuse me. And then they had come off of a W against the Golden Knights. That was a fun game. So a little East Coast swing right now. As we get into the month of November, they've got a home and home then. Next week, they are off pretty much the next couple of days. And then next Friday, home and home with the Columbus Blue Jackets. And they're off again a few days. And then they've got Nashville. They actually have 3 home games in a row: Nashville, Carolina, St. Louis, which could be a good stretch for them, considering that they also have Landeskog still out of their lineup. Now, when we go back, let's go back a few pages here. Let's take a look at the Islanders and how things have been going for them recently. If the screen wants to load, here we go. This is what we're looking for. Just getting basically a little preview before this game actually officially starts. So let's take a look at their schedule and how things have been going so far this month. Again, losing to Florida. They came back strong against Anaheim, beat the Sharks, lost to the Devils, lost to the Lightning, lost to the Florida Panthers. Then they came back strong and are on a 2-game heater. They have beat the Rangers 3-0. That was the Wednesday night game. I believe that was on TNT. And then last night, so they have a back-to-back as well. Last night, they actually beat the Carolina Hurricanes 6-2. And the Hurricanes, obviously, you guys know I'm pretty high on the Hurricanes. When it comes to my power rankings, we've got the Hurricanes in 6th. So Islanders making a strong case for trying to get into the power rankings this upcoming week for me. But who knows? If you guys can see untitled spreadsheet at the top of my screen, I'm actually formulating my own power rankings system, Excel spreadsheet of dialing in a lot of numbers and everything to make it a little bit more systematic. The only thing that isn't being taken into consideration with the numbers of the spreadsheet are going to be the teams that they're actually playing against. So that's going to be up to me to determine, okay, strength of schedule wise, how does this input with the numbers of goals for, goals against, and everything else with that and the teams that they're playing. That's going to be taken into a more human effect of, okay, am I more high on this team or not? So we have a good number list here. I'll give you a sneak little peek right there, and this is what it's going to look like. I've got sort of the whole thing going, and hopefully it is able to get things a little bit more consistent with the actual top 10 power rankings that we release every week, because I know a lot of you guys have been like, oh, whoa, what's going on here with a couple of teams, especially the Florida Panthers. I know a lot of you guys have been a little up in arms with my Florida Panthers talk of recent, but I'm just not as high on them and losing to some teams that they shouldn't be losing to. And whatnot, but got a couple other big games going on tonight. Again, Toronto, LA. Unfortunate that Jake Muzzin probably going to be out for a little while. Cannot play against his former club. St. Louis actually just scored on Montreal, so they're up 1-0. We've got Carolina on another back-to-back here. They're playing the Flyers, which is a big game for the division. Buffalo against Chicago, Minnesota against Detroit. And again, later tonight, Washington, Nashville, Pittsburgh, Seattle, and then the Battle of Alberta between Edmonton and Calgary. So we've got a bunch of good games tonight, but in our game, we've got the Colorado Avalanche, New York Islanders. Considering the fact that the Avalanche lost 1-0 last night and the Islanders are coming off of a high of beating the Carolina Hurricanes, honestly, this could go either way for each team. Colorado, I think, has a little bit more to prove, having lost to the Devils 1-0, not able to get any offense, not able to really generate anything, not looking very good on the power play whatsoever last night. They got to get something going. Islanders on the other side of things, they looked amazing against the Hurricanes last night. So it could be a tale of two things, but I'm going to go with the Avalanche tonight. They're going to get the W. We're going to say 5-2 tonight against the Islanders, even though the Islanders had a big night last night. Again, back-to-back. I don't think Sorokin is going to be playing tonight, so we'll have to wait and see who the actual goaltender is. Actually, while I say that, I'm curious if they have the lineups right here, projected lineups that we can actually take a look at. So let's see what they've got going right now. So they're stating potentially Georgiev is going to start for the Avalanche, and then they're going to say Varlamov is potentially going to be the starter for the Islanders tonight. So we'll see what he can do. And let's actually now, while we're waiting on it, we'll take a look at updated stats for each of these teams. So we'll take a look at, we've got the Islanders, Colorado Avalanche. So let's get the stats here. So Avalanche looking point-wise, Natushkin, McKinnon, Rantanen leading the way, Cale Makar, Bowen Byram on the back end also up there in points. Lehkonen has kind of cooled off from his hot start in week 1 of the NHL season. Georgiev looking pretty decent between the pipes. He's got a .256 goals against average, and save percentage, he's got a 9.21. So Francois, not doing so well with a 9 or 8.98, and I was about to say 9.89 would be insane. So 8.98 with a 3.08 average, goals against average. Not the best in the league, but again, Georgiev, he's had a couple solid games. I know the game against the Rangers, his coming home against the Rangers, I think that's one of the key things that I didn't take into consideration. Him going home to the Rangers and the team wanting to get him that W. We're able to get it done against the Rangers, the Blue Shirts, and man, that was a heck of a game. Came down to the shootout, which is always fun to see. Defensemen, actually rookies, they only have one rookie. That's kind of interesting to see, Ben Myers. But defensemen, Makar, that's kind of cool how they're able to sort of get that together with all those stats. But now let's take a look at the Islanders. We'll get their stats here really quickly. Looking point-wise, not as many top-end heavy as the Colorado Avalanche, but Barzal leading the way, 9 points. Brock Nelson, 8. Anders Lee, 8. Wallstrom, 5, Bolivier 5, Dobson 5. I was going to say, where's Pajot on that list? And he's down at 4. Between the pipes, Sorokin, he's got a 2.21 goals against. Varlamov has a 2.53. And then the save percentage, a 9.33 with a 9.17, respectively, for Varlamov. So in terms of goaltending, I would say the Islanders have the upper hand. They have a different system this year. I think a little bit more offensive open-mindedness, if that is even a word, I think is really helping out with the Islanders so far over this past week. I know they didn't start off strong, but they're starting to get into their own here as of late. Honestly, they just missed out on my top 10 power rankings last week. There were a few teams that just missed out on the top 10, and the Islanders were definitely one of them. Be interesting to see. Let's see, rookies. Robin Salo looks to be their only rookie. Let's see who's leading the way for them in goals. It's Anders Lee with 4, Wallstrom with 4, and then a bunch of guys tied there at 2. So again, even though goaltending stats is there in favor of the Islanders, I'm going to still go with my prediction 5-2 for the Colorado Avalanche. The last 2 games that we've watched have actually been very high scoring. So maybe this is going to be one of those sort of snooze fests here Saturday night. But again, considering the fact that the Islanders are just coming off of a big win, lots of goals being scored, and then you've got the Avalanche who have been held off the board, only losing 1-0 yesterday. I think the Avalanche are going to want to get off the schneid here and get some goals. Being blanked in a game is very unlike the Avalanche with the caliber of team that they have, considering the fact that they are defending Stanley Cup champions as well. So expect a big performance from the Avalanche tonight. I expect Natushkin, McKinnon, Makar, Byram, Comfer, all of those guys to have a pretty big night tonight. And you can expect that Georgiev is going to also play pretty stout between the pipes. So the game's about to start. We've got it on we're going to listen to the altitude feed tonight. So it'll be a Colorado Homer type of stream. Just checking the comments right now as well. No one has commented anything yet, but if you guys are just joining this stream, be sure to comment and we can talk all night long, whether it's this game, any other game here tonight, or talk anything this past week, whatever you guys are wanting to talk about, we will talk about here tonight. But let me get the game flow here, game center rolling for this game. If we can find it. There it is. Excuse me, it's been a long day, but let's get this game center up and running. It looks like the Chicago Blackhawks just tied it up against the Buffalo Sabres. Don't know if they're going to play the anthem, but here we go. Avalanche and Islanders, both teams with 4 W's, 4-3-1 Avalanche, 4-4-0 Islanders. This is a big game for both teams, as we talked about here a few minutes ago, of standings. So if the Avalanche win, they're tied for first in their division. If the Islanders win, they're tied for first in their division. So could go either way in this thing when it comes to the standings, but going to be interesting to see what they can do and put together in 50 years for the Islanders. That's kind of crazy to think. Honestly, I've not seen a game in this new arena, so it's going to be interesting to see what it looks like here on TV. So looks like we're just about to get the anthems underway here, but give me your guys' predictions here tonight down below or on the side here in the comments. Who do you guys think is going to win? And again, we were right. Georgiev and Varlamov between the pipes here today. 4-0-1 Georgiev, as we were just talking about. He's got the flow. There must be something with those Russians. They love the flow, although Varlamov is also Russian, and he's got a pretty much crew cut going on with him. So it's going to be interesting to see what is going to transpire here tonight. Honestly, the first 10 minutes of this game, I think, are going to be pivotal. If the Avalanche look like they're struggling and can't put it together, that could be put up to being on this East Coast swing, not being able to get things going away from home. But who knows, man, if they want to get things going early and score some goals. Again, they were kept off the score sheet last night. So if they can weather the storm, the metaphorical storm that the Islanders are probably going to give them in the first 10 minutes, which typically the home team has the advantage in that. You've got the crowd behind you. You're in a familiar area. You're in an arena that you're used to going to work every single day. You're going to want to protect that. So first 10 minutes, Islanders are going to come out buzzing. So if the Avalanche can hold serve or even score a goal or two within those first 10 minutes, we're going to have ourselves a pretty good hockey game for the Avalanche. Now, adversely, if you think, again, if you're an Islanders fan coming into this game and you're like, man, if we could just get something on the board early, I think if you can get one goal within those first 10 minutes, I think the floodgates might open and get the Avalanche on their heels early instead of playing on their toes. I think that could prove and play an advantage for the Islanders in today's game. And you can really say that about any game in hockey. If you know anything about hockey, that's usually how it works. Staying hydrated tonight. Sparkling ice. Take a look at team stats, actually. This is going to be fun to see here. Avalanche first in the league on the power play. Islanders are 27th, so 38.5%. That's pretty insane. Penalty kill, the Islanders are first, 100% penalty kill. So either they don't take a lot of penalties or they are just very good at killing them. Avalanche are 66.7%, 29th in the league, so almost worst in the league on the PK. So if the if the Avalanche are going to be taking a lot of penalties tonight, it might not prove to be good for them, although power play for the Islanders hasn't been good, so something we'll probably have to give in terms of special teams tonight that could prove to be a big factor. Face-off percentage, 44.5, 27th in the league, to the Islanders, 50%, so team's not very good at face-offs, so something has to give there, although the Islanders have the slight edge in that category. Goals for per game, Islanders actually have more. They have 3.5 to the Avalanche's 3 per game. Honestly, last night had, I'm sure, a little bit to do with the stats being a little skewed with that. Avalanche not getting one in last night's contest. Goals against, teams are both a very, very good. 2.5 for the Islanders, 2.75 for the Avalanche. Both are in the top 10. Islanders are 5th, so they are technically in the top 5 when it comes to goals against. So again, this is one of those games where something has got to give, but I think it's going to go the Avalanche's way, having gotten blanked last night. Something to prove. Maybe their coach was a little hard on them today in team meetings and whatnot, and sort of trying to light a fire under their belly to get a W and take it back home to Colorado, as they will have a series against the Blue Jackets, home on Friday, away on Saturday of next week. So that'll be interesting to see. Let's see here. Game-winning goals in 1,000th game NHL history. That's kind of cool. They had just kind of a cool stat on the screen there. Interesting. Game-winning goal in 1,000th. Huh. Pretty random stat. But Josh Bailey had a game-winning goal in his 1,000th game in NHL history. Last person to do that was Jeff Carter back in 2019 when he was with the not Vegas Golden Knights, the LA Kings. So pretty cool stats there. Just checking on comments. Nothing yet, but we are getting ready to go in this game. I don't know if we're waiting on the anthem. If you guys are new, be sure to hit that subscribe button. We are looking to grow like crazy, 750 subscribers before the new year. So by time World Juniors is going on, and then we'll be watching those games as well. World Juniors, by time Canada is playing whoever they are on New Year's Day, we want to try to be up around 750 subscribers. Not up around, we're going to be at 750 subscribers, and that comes from you guys. So if you guys like anything hockey, love watching along live streams with a commentator such as myself, and maybe throw me on the side, or if you're watching another game and want to stay up to date on another one, whatever floats your boat, you can hop into these live streams. We do it either Thursday, Friday, or Saturday night. I think we're going to try to tend to move that towards Saturdays, although next week it's going to be a little difficult. I don't think we'll have an actual live stream game next week. We've got some family coming in from Canada. We've got some stuff going on. And actually, we'll have potentially a vlog up on the channel, not this upcoming week, but 2 weeks from now. Be going to the Carolina Hurricanes versus the Toronto Maple Leafs game down in Carolina on November the 6th, I believe. So I'll try to get some vlog footage for you guys of that trip and what it's like where we're sitting. So should be a lot of fun, a lot of good content coming up this week. And in the next couple of weeks, I know it's tomorrow, I will be doing the typical the puck drop, our new show, live stream show, where we update everything in the previous week of the NHL give my predictions for a couple of games as well as power rankings. That seems to be the most popular segment of the live streams that we put out as their own segment videos during the week. So if you guys are wanting to stay up to date with those, you can always stop by. We'll look forward to seeing you guys around the live streams. If you are new, again, hit the subscribe button, hit that like button here tonight. We are looking to try to get to 10 likes. That's what we got last live stream. I know we can definitely do it. So if there are 3, 4, or 5 people here tonight, right now, hit that like button. It definitely does help with YouTube algorithms and all that stuff. I know a lot of people say that, but it would really mean the world, guys. We are trying to grow an awesome hockey community here together, talking hockey, watching hockey, all that good stuff. Everyone, again, is entitled to your own opinion. So in the comments, if you don't agree with something I say, again, I humbly respect everything that you disagree with me and or agree with me. I will respect everyone's opinions, and I expect the same from you guys, all of you guys down below in the comments, to respect all who also hop in and join the channel, join the squad. Again, 4 people in here. Let's get some likes. We have 1 like. 4 people? Come on, we need at least 3 more likes. If we got 4 people in here, we need 4 likes on the video. Wow, Kansas State won 48-0 against Oklahoma State. That's pretty crazy. Geez. So I don't know what it is with these live streams. Every time I start a live stream, my nose gets super itchy. It is what it is, but just waiting on this game to start. They're a little late. The game was supposed to start at 7:30. It is now 7:40. We've been live streaming since 7:15, giving a little bit of a breakdown of this game, what we think is going to happen. My prediction, again, what do you guys think is going to be the score in tonight's game? Drop it down below in the comments. I'm going to pop on my iPad so I can stay up to date with you guys in the comments. It might be a little bit of a delay. But this is what I typically do to be able to try to stay up to date with you guys as much as possible. So we got 4 people in here. Hey, good afternoon, Danny, my boy. So guys, if you don't know Danny is probably our top subscriber to the channel. Dude is here every single live stream. Really do appreciate everything. His comments, his love and support to the channel. So if you guys want to try to mirror yourselves and be awesome viewers of the channel, be like Danny. He is awesome. This has been a good week. Yes, I agree. Lost in champions. Oh, geez, Real Madrid and the Penguins aren't good. Well, I wouldn't say the Penguins aren't good. I would say it's more so of they can't figure it out right now. Been watching a little bit of their highlights in the D zone. They're running around, heads are turning. They're watching pucks below the goal line, not watching in front of their own net where open men are. They're just getting beat with stale feet. It's like they're in quicksand on the back end. So they've got to figure it out. And offensively, so Edmonton, they lost, 6-3, and they were actually up in that game, I think, at 1.31. Lost to Calgary 4-1, lost to Vancouver 5-1. So offensively, they've kind of been a little bit stale, and I really don't know what the cause of that is, but a lot of that definitely has to do with this West Coast swing and just kind of really being out of sorts. So I think they'll pick it up. They'll find a way. They've got a couple of wins already under their belt this year, so they're up there in the standings. So if this was the case where they had lost pretty much all their games, went on the West Coast swing, and were losing those games as well, that would be a panic button. But if for Penguins fans out there, they need a W tonight to try to get back into the swing of things before they come home and play some more hockey in Pittsburgh. So yes, Danny, Real Madrid, I know they did lose, unfortunately for them, but I know they'll bounce back for sure. So it looks like they've got some celebrations. Oh, Josh Bailey, it's his 1,000th. I don't know if tonight's his 1,000th game or not, but they've got this silver stick. They've got a Bailey 1,000 game jersey. Cool little picture. Yeah, that silver stick, that's pretty cool. Good for him. 1,000 games in the NHL, that's crazy to think that guy has been around for that long. It feels like he really hasn't, but at the same time, it's like, man, this Bailey guy feels like he's been there forever. Same with Nelson and Clutterbuck and a bunch of other guys, but 1,000 games, that's pretty crazy. But I celebrate Barcelona defeat. So Barcelona did lose. Unfortunate for Barcelona fans, but I guess good for those who root for Real Madrid. Silver stick for Josh Bailey. And if you don't know, again, silver stick is for those who've played 1,000 games in the NHL. Most guys typically get a nice little ceremony like this. They're given a cool little silver stick. Honestly, don't know if there's like special things engraved on it or whatnot, but pretty cool. They did make it a lefty too, so that's kind of cool as well. But looks like they might have already gotten the anthem out of the way, which is awesome stuff. Apologize for the dogs barking in the background. Don't really know what's going on out there. But let's see what's going on. Anthem is playing right now. Waiting on the anthem. And what do you guys got for predictions tonight? Drop more likes, people. Yes, Danny, thank you so much. We got, at least from what I can see, 3 likes right now. There might be a little more, potentially, but got the anthem going on. Only one anthem tonight. Both teams are American, so no Canadian anthem, for those wondering about that. Again, I don't know why this game is starting so late, as pretty much every other game is either in the first, end of the first, or near the end of the first. So, yeah, just waiting on it to start. Carolina up 2-0 on the Flyers, so they're bouncing back after a lopsided loss last night to the Islanders. Toronto's up 1-0 against LA. Montreal, St. Louis tied at near the end of the first. Buffalo, Chicago 1-1. Detroit, Minnesota 1-1. And we are just about to get underway. So it should be fun tonight. Got some good games. We'll keep you up to date as much as humanly possible on other games around the league. But we are focused and keeping our eyes here on the Avalanche and Islanders. Should be a good one. As we explained earlier, both teams, if they win, will be tied for first in their division. Kind of crazy to think the Islanders are in this position, having had a slow start to the season. Avalanche, you expect them to be up near the top of their division, having won the Stanley Cup last year. Again, a lot of changes of some top players in their players from their team leaving. Kadri being one of the biggest, leaving their squad. But let's see here. Oh, there was a message there, but just got taken away. But who do you guys got tonight? Who's going to win this game? What's the score? What are your predictions? Drop comments in the side down below, wherever it is for you guys. I think Colorado will win tonight. That was my prediction as well. I've got the Avalanche winning 5-2 here tonight, as they are just about to drop this puck. Get the last minute itches out of my nose out of the way, but puck is being dropped and we are underway here in Long Island. Again, I haven't actually seen a game of of the Islanders in their new arena because they were just god awful last year, so never really turned on their games to actually watch them. It looks like both teams off to a decent start in these first few seconds. Rodriguez out there with McKinnon and Rantanen. Interesting. Ooh, man, McKinnon right there. So that's a good sign for things to come, as McKinnon a couple chances early, and the Islanders are just going to chip and chase at this point. Minute in, couple line changes. Nice block there by Rodriguez. Nice to see him playing first line minutes, getting a chance. He had a pretty solid year in Pittsburgh. He started the year off strong, but then sort of the lit fire kind of died out as the year progressed and didn't put up as many points. But here come the Avalanche, but right now it's more of a stalemate, chip and chase type game. So far, one chance. McKinnon on the doorstep. Nice little feed from below the goal line from Lehkonen, but in the zone are the Avalanche. Rangers won 6-3. Yes, that is correct. Rangers did win today 6-3 against the Dallas Stars, who are at the top of their division. Rangers really needed that W as they've kind of been down the last couple of games, but obviously winning today, I was about to say tonight, that was earlier today, is a big step for them in an always tough Metropolitan division, always tight in the standings these past couple of seasons with the teams and players that they've got in that division. It's always tough. Islanders, Penguins, Rangers, Capitals, Flyers now this year getting back into it. Columbus and New Jersey, even New Jersey. So there's a lot of teams in the Metropolitan division. They're going to have a chance. 2-on-1 developing here for the Islanders. Ooh, I thought that went in for a second, but shot over the net. Bolivier with a good chance there, but looks like Georgiev might have got a shoulder to that. Check out the replay here. What happened? Well, they're just showing the chance here from the Avalanche earlier. McKinnon, first few seconds of the game, actually. Right there, a soft spot in the slot between all the defensive players for the Islanders. Usually that's pretty rare, but McKinnon is a rare breed of player, and he's able to find those areas where most people can't. Big save there from Georgiev after a offensive zone draw win by the Islanders. And the Avalanche able to corral things out of their zone and are able to hold off the offensive zone chance there from the Islanders. So a couple chances each way, it looks like, so far for each team. Be interesting to see if either team will be able to keep things going and gain a little bit more momentum as we're just approaching 5 minutes gone in this first period. Changing lines for Avalanche. They just dump this in, try to get something going with... Oh, God, my nose is always itchy on these darn live streams. Don't know why. It's literally the only time it ever happens. Maybe I'm allergic to something in this room that I'm not aware of, but we continue on. With this live stream. Here come the Islanders. Ooh, big chance there, just goes wide. 2-on-1 developing potentially for the Avalanche. Not today. Teams look like they're just kind of trying to figure each other's systems out right now. They haven't played each other since last season, and things change from season to season, so they're just trying to figure things out. At this point in time, big shot there from the Islanders. Puck found its way to the point for a quick shot as Barzal with the puck he's going against. Looks like Erik Johnson by chance, potentially. Erik Johnson, big chance. Here come the Avalanche. Opportunity, sort of a breakaway. Oh, big stop there. That was O'Connor, who had to step on the defender who was out there for quite some time. And O'Connor, stopped by Varlamov, kind of shot that into his chest. It was like a half breakaway at the start, but then he started to pull away a little bit more. It was Barzal on the back check, a long shift for him. And O'Connor just shot that right into his chest. Varlamov kept himself out from going into the net. And then he gets a little bit of a spray job there at the end. Good start so far. Both teams about 5 minutes gone here in this first period. Surprised there's not more people at this game, considering the defending Stanley Cup champions are in town. Here come the Islanders into the zone. Bolivier trying to get that on target for a little tip play, but unable to do so. Oh, Islanders there on the side of the net, though. Big save from Georgiev. Thankfully, he was there to make the stop. As Evan Rodriguez into the zone. Some neutral zone play right now. Back and forth. Looking to get something out. A little chip play here. So the Avalanche go back to the forecheck. Trying to hem in the Islanders, but a nice breakout. Gets things going back offensively for the Islanders for the time being. Offsides on the play. We've got our first stoppage of play. For the last 2 minutes, this has kind of been going on. So, drop some more comments here, guys. Checking updates, scores. The other game, I'm surprised for some reason this game center is not updating. So let me refresh the page for you guys just so you can see. There we go. That is what we're looking for. Try to slide that down so we can at least still see potentially the scores. Let me try doing this. I want to try to get the screen for you guys to be able to see everything. There we go. That's what we're looking for. I think let's do 80. 80% should be good for you guys. You can still see the scores at the top, plus you can see the most recent plays. So we'll roll with that for now for you guys so that you can see everything going on as well as myself. Again, we've got top points on the screen right now for the league. Pastrnak leads the way. I believe he has 17 points. That's pretty crazy to lead the league so far, only having played probably 8 or 9 games. That's just nuts stats right there. As the Avalanche getting things going. Ooh, excuse me. But yeah, if you guys are new to the stream, be sure to drop a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. We're growing like crazy. Again, we do more than just these live streams. We've got the Puck Drop, which is a news show that we do every Sunday, basically recapping the previous NHL week of games and news and things just happening throughout the league. And then from that, we also do a little breakdown segments of all the different parts of that live stream video that are basically the videos throughout the week as we then lead up to another live stream. So lots of stuff going on the channel. So be sure to like this live stream, subscribe to the channel if you like anything hockey. But here come the Avalanche. Rodriguez looking for a cross seam pass, unable to get that. The Islanders are able to clear that out only as far as the neutral zone. And the Avalanche back on the attack. So they get a line change, dump and chase. For the Avalanche, shots 4-2 for the Islanders currently in this game as we're about to approach the 10-minute mark of this first period. Looks like we've got some makeshift lines right now as they're in the midst of changes. So mixing lines out there. Me is me, but hockey always starts funny. Without goals, not as football, soccer to me. Yes. I know hockey is definitely fast-paced, a little faster paced than soccer. They're completely two different sports. So, yeah, it's interesting the contrast between the two. Again, fans being passionate, crazy, everything like that. So, there are definitely similarities and some subtle differences between the two. Obviously, hockey's on ice, soccer's on grass. Starts funny without goals. Yes, it can seem a bit odd when there's like no goals. So the game last night would have been a snooze fest for you if you watched the Avalanche versus the New Jersey Devils. It was 1-0 for the entire game. And I know most people who try to get into soccer, they're like, oh, soccer's just so boring, yada, yada, yada. Where soccer isn't boring. It's pretty entertaining if you enjoy it. But a hockey game, 1-0, that is boring. Because maybe there are some chances couple post hits and whatnot, but a 1-0 hockey game is not something anybody wants to go to. Unless you're the team who wins 1-0 then. But as a fan, definitely not. Yes, awesome. Well, thank you so much for respecting that opinion about soccer, and thank you for joining. Rick, yeah, soccer isn't for everybody. I know myself, I do enjoy watching soccer. I watch Premier League soccer and any other world soccer. I know most people, the majority extent of their soccer watching is going to be the World Cup, which is coming up here in less than a month. So if you're into following USA Soccer. They've got a pretty fun group ahead. Should be fun to watch the World Cup and see the country come together, hopefully, around that. But again, yeah, soccer is not for everybody. It can be a little bit slower. Rules are a little confusing for some people, again, who don't follow. But again, being somebody who does, I had played soccer, it's a little bit easier for me. But I completely understand where you're coming from, Rick. Some people just don't get it. And I did see your comment down here, baseball and hockey. So if you are into baseball, who's going to win the World Series? Is it going to be the Phillies or Astros? And also, who is your team if you do have one when it comes to rooting for a team in baseball? I know I am a Red Sox fan, and typically the way it goes for the Red Sox is they're good one year and then they're absolute trash the next. But pretty interesting to see that the Phillies made it all the way to the World Series, considering where they were when they came into the playoffs and just the up and down season that they had. Didn't think they were going to make the playoffs at one point. So crazy stuff for them, and that they were able to turn it around. But Houston is the chalk. Most people are taking Houston. I remember like 10 years ago, Houston Astros were worse than like the Pittsburgh Pirates. They were awful. But the tanking has definitely helped them out. They got all those picks. They got some great players. And they've won a couple World Series for it and could potentially win another. So I'm sure that game is going on right now. We've got Twins, Brewers, Red Sox, and Orioles. That's pretty cool. Sure, the NFL as well. Yeah, NFL is great. It's pretty entertaining stuff, unless it's like bottom teams of the league. But most of the time, the NFL, they're just so skilled and so athletic and just freak athletes out there. It makes it fun to watch. Red Sox and Orioles, Twins, Brewers. Okay, so pretty fun teams. I know really the Orioles had a chance of making the playoffs this year, but they kind of blew it at the end of the year. Final stretches, but interesting stuff there. But back to this game again. Haven't really been talking too much about this game. It's kind of going a little stale right now. Kind of neutral zone, dump and chase battles going on right now. But thank you guys so much for stopping in. Rick and Danny, you guys are always so awesome of supporting the channel and hopping in to the live streams. You guys make it a ton of fun to hop in here for you guys and chat and have fun watching hockey, talking sports, not just hockey. It's always fun. Big shot chance there from the Avalanche off of that offensive zone draw. As McKinnon trying to get something going. McKinnon into the zone. Always dangerous. Can't ever give him too much room. Ooh, McKinnon. Chance there, but a big stop there by Varlamov. Get a different name. Tampa Bay Lightning. I mean, it's a pretty cool name. What would their name be for you? I want to know what your name for the Tampa Bay, your Tampa Bay team would be. That's your Barca game. Okay. Respect that, Danny. Respect, and I do agree. Sometimes it can be a little stale and boring, but it is. I actually do love when guys get emotional, and they kind of, I would say soccer players can definitely be soft, almost like basketball players, how they kind of flop around sometimes whenever it's kind of not really a hard foul, like the whole Neymar thing where he's rolling around. But chance here for the Islanders, Cal Clutterbuck. Ooh, little toey pull shot, just goes wide. Chance on that play. Whatever I can think of. Same with Phoenix. That's funny. Came in names for both Tampa and Phoenix. Yeah, I would agree. Phoenix, I mean, the Coyotes, it's a cool name, but I'm sure there could be something a little bit better than currently they're the Arizona Coyotes, but if you move into Phoenix, you can change their name to whatever you want. Couple more chances here for both teams. The past couple of minutes, shots here and there, but no one getting anything in past the goaltenders so far. They are perfect. Islanders on the regroup right now. Looking to get something going. Enter the zone, but the Avalanche have been pretty solid in the neutral zone tonight, which is pretty interesting to see, but they work it out, try to get something going. Avalanche unable to do so. Honestly, I'm just sitting here. I'm not really talking because I'm kind of just waiting for something to happen right now. Haven't been a lot of games like that this season. Most games have been pretty crazy. Big hit there. Clutterbuck with a chance for the Islanders. He just shot that over the net. He was all alone. As I said, that we're just waiting for a chance, and there it is. And Islanders can't make the Avalanche pay as the Avs off to the races. A little 2-on-3 action. Pollock sends Rantanen to the ice with a strong play. Okay, yeah. I mean, you just have to watch. You just have to watch the sports to really start to understand as the Islanders, with a big chance in front of the net, can't make the Avalanche pay. As Georgiev holds on to the puck and will probably get a TV timeout here. Big chance. Kyle Clutterbuck sends that. It looks like it clipped the crossbar and over the net. Best chance of the game so far, I would have to say. But yeah, NFL, if you've never really watched it or never grew up watching it, it can definitely be a little tough to learn and get into. Almost like how somebody who doesn't watch soccer try to get into soccer. Again, it goes for everybody. Could be nice to support Steelers and Pirates. Yeah, I wouldn't say those teams right now, but just because they are on the struggle bus. Steelers typically haven't been on the struggle bus, but they really are this year, just with their quarterback having retired after last year and just not as deep of an offensive line, and a lot of other things are going into it. Injuries, losing their best defensive player right now, so there's a lot of things that are going against the Steelers. And then the Pirates just, they suck. They're a terrible baseball team. The funny joke is people actually go to their games for the food and not the actual game. So if you want to be a Pirates fan, good to you. But if you had to choose somebody, I would make it not the Pirates. Unless you want to be a Pittsburgh team sports fan, so then you have to like Penguins, Pirates, and Steelers. They're all black and yellow. So if that's your thing and that's who you want to support, all power to you. But we got a good one brewing over, it looks like, in Carolina, 2-0 against the Flyers. Interesting to see that. Minnesota in a game tonight against Detroit. That is 1-1 as the second period is just starting over there. Our game is just coming back from commercial break. So we are waiting for the offensive zone draw here for the Islanders. Looking to get something going here. They just had a really good chance from Cal Clutterbuck. Big E, Islanders winning the cup this year. Ask me how. Big E, how are they winning the cup? I want to know how you think they're... I mean, they are deep. Don't get me wrong. I think goaltending has a lot to do with that. I think their depth on the back end has a lot to do with that. Honestly, their only big question for me is up front. Can they get the goal output from their top six forwards? Can they get superstar production from Barzal? I would say it's not out of the realm for them making it to the cup of where they are now, but I want to hear from you. How do you think the Islanders are going to win the cup? Honestly, I also do think it helps having gotten rid of Barry Trotz and kind of giving, with their new coach, giving them a little bit more of a freer offensive feel, being a little bit more creative and not as structured offensively, having to run a certain system and forecheck where you're kind of at the mercy of the coach, because if you're not doing what he says, then he might bench you or whatever. So think in the aspect of a new coach, it is going to help out the top players like your Baileys, your Nelsons, your Barzals, of being a little bit more productive offensively. Sleepy Lou. I love how you put that. I'm just looking at your comment now. Sleepy Lou will wake up and get a sniper. Okay. And I'm trying to think if they could pick up one player in the league that you know of that is either on last year of their contract at their current team or somebody else. Who do you think they could pick up? Do you think they would have a chance at Patrick Kane whatsoever? And do you even think that would be worth bringing Patrick Kane over if they could? And you literally just dropped it. I just took a peek. Patrick Kane down below as I'm talking about it. I was going to say Patrick Kane I think would be a good pickup if they can find a way to make the cap work. I don't know how much cap they have right now, but I'm sure if you get a 3-team trade and you have that other team pick up a lot of Patrick Kane's cap for this year, because I think right now it's a lot of money this year, and they wouldn't be able to just take it on with a 1-for-1 trade. And I don't know if Lou is going to be one of those guys that would be willing to part with draft picks. He's somebody who strikes me as trying to develop youth and not go out and make big splashes in free agency, as I'm sure you saw this past summer, or lack thereof seeing a lot of movement in free agency this offseason. Canes and Bars, yeah. Saucer passes back and forth. I agree. That would be pretty sick because they are both nasty feeders of the puck. Plus, they can shoot the puck. They can score with the best of them. What is this? Huh. The Avalanche drafted another dude named Makar. I don't know if he has any relation to Cale Makar whatsoever. But, yes, I agree. It would be pretty awesome to see Kane and Barzal. But it's just a matter of if they would be able to make it work. But, I do agree. I don't know if I would say best goaltender in the league, but I would say best goaltenders, to your point of best goal, solid, and goalies are the best in the league. Yes, I would agree with, if you are referring to tandem, I would agree with that. They are the best tandem in the league. Sorokin with that youth, size, and unbelievable skill between the pipes. You also have, that is Cale Makar's brother. That's kind of crazy. But yes, that I would also agree that defensively they are solid. If they can stay healthy, they've got some trees back there. Pollock, Mayfield, I always get his name confused. And then Pollock, Pellick, Mayfield, and I'm pretty sure Dobson is a defenseman as well. Could be wrong. That would actually be a sick line. Kane, Barzal, and Bolivier. I believe that's who you're referring to. That would be a pretty sick line. Mayfield, Dobson. Yes, that is correct. Okay, thank you for making sure that I was getting that right. I try to know rosters in and out. Wahlstrom, Oliver Wahlstrom. That is, I know. What was it? 2 years ago when the Islanders made that run where they lost to Tampa Bay. Bolivier looked extremely good, but ever since that run, he hasn't looked the same. So hopefully he could put it together, because honestly, he is a deadly player with his speed that he has. Could really stick him on any of the top 6 pairings. But, you've got players sprinkled into the lineup that have got the skill, that have got the speed, the veteran presence. You've got Martin, you've got Clutterbuck, you've got some guys that can throw it around, and it's a pretty solid team. And honestly, they're doing a lot better than I thought they would this year. To this point, I know things didn't look good to start off. Inconsistent. Has skill for sure. Yes, I completely agree. I remember, I am a Penguins fan, so I do remember the series the Islanders beat up on the Penguins that year that they made that run. And it was just so frustrating to watch. And I was like, man, this Bolivier guy is just so good, so damn good, with speed and skill and vision. And again, ever since that playoff run, I don't know if he was part of the players last year that were either hurt or out with COVID and just couldn't get things going last year. I don't know if he was part of one of those groups, but he just hasn't been the same since that run that the Islanders had a few years back. But we've got a power play here for the Islanders. I guess I would agree with the call, cross-checking. It's right in front of the ref, so if you're going to do that right in front of the ref, you better get away with murder if you're going to take a penalty in front of a referee. But Big E, thanks for stopping by. I assume you're an Islanders fan with your knowledge and of their depth and the rest of the team. But yeah, thanks for stopping by. I really do appreciate it. Subscribe to the channel, drop a like. Would love to have you around. Would love to have your Islanders input as we go throughout the season. Would really appreciate the knowledge from you about the team. As the Islanders go to the power play, big chance here. Just taking a look at some of the in-game stats, face-offs in favor of the Avalanche as they win another one there in their D zone to clear as the Islanders start their power play from their D zone. Again, both teams' special teams here, other than the Avalanche's power play, are pretty good. Other than that, both teams are not very good on the special teams, at least PK-wise for the Avalanche. Thank you, Biggie. Really do appreciate it. If you're going to stick around for parts of this stream or pop in and out as you actually watch the game, that would be great. Yes, the power play, they just have looked off. Again, they really haven't put anything together. But things take time. Power plays, penalty kills, they take time to get things buzzing. But I would think that they would have pretty solid chemistry as looking at the group on the ice. Palmieri, you've got Barzal. Trying to see some other jerseys out there. Lee, Nelson. I mean, you've got some guys that have been around. I think the only one that's a little bit newer is Dobson on the PP. But you would think that they would have some pretty decent chemistry, having been around the team so long. So they look to work this around. Looks like they've got sort of an overload that then works itself into an umbrella, looking for some one-timers, two guys in front of the net. They've got Lee in front of the net, Palmieri. Nelson from the point. Oh, nice fake there. Shot on target, saved through traffic. Georgiev trying to keep an eye on that to get himself in pretty decent position to make the stop. 20 seconds left in the power play. Islanders have only had, I think that's their second shot right there. Big chance, scramble in front. And the Avalanche able to clear. Thank you for stopping by, Big E. Really do appreciate it. Let's take a look here on the phone. Checking other games, other updates. Pajot, power play over for the Islanders. So that is another hit against their percentage on the year. Can they get anything as the period is about to expire? Jake Gensel, Jason Zucker will be game time decisions tonight. Casey DeSmith will get the start in net. Interesting. Okay. I wonder if they've just picked some things up over the games that they've been playing on this West Coast swing of just some injuries here and there of they don't want to go too hard and hurt themselves for the long run, but try to keep themselves healthy enough to try to play good hockey and not play out there 80 to 75% good. That's never good when you're not able to play 100%. But Islanders with a chance here. Cizikas gets that poked by Gerard, a very solid defenseman. Here come the Avs. Minute left to go in the period. Chance here. New Hook. Boston College Golden Eagle. Playing, I guess, in an area where he's familiar. North side of the east side of the United States. Devon Toews, former New York Islander, with a shot on target. That is stopped there by penalty on the play. was going to say that one was stopped by Varlamov, but power play opportunity here for the Avalanche, a power play which has been red hot, #1 in the league when it comes to percentage. So this is not what you're looking for if you are a Islanders fan and coming at a pretty good time, end of the period. So even if they can't get something done here in this period, they will have a chance with clean ice with about a minute, 15 minute, 10 left to start the second period. So here come the Avalanche. Shot from the point. Oh, wow. There it is. Lehkonen. Big chance there, but a stop by Varlamov. And then it's sent down the ice. Georgiev stops it. Wow, what a chance that was. Avs set back up. Makar to McKinnon. Ooh, slap shot far and wide. That Varlamov just lost track of the puck there. And that is the end of the first period. So far, so good for both teams as we are at intermission. Trying to see what's going on. Check out the stats here. Channel stats. Stream stats. Let's refresh that page. Make sure the stream is up and running. Don't want anything bad to happen. But yeah, no, we are still live. We've got 5 likes on the video. Thank you guys so much for the likes this Saturday night. I hope you guys are well. What are you guys up to this weekend? Any fun things going on? Checking updated channel stats. Yes, 531 subscribers. We're doing very good. I know we haven't really had too many subscribers in the past little while, but that's okay. We're here to grow a fun community here together. But let's check out the stats for the period on the left-hand side. So Avalanche still have a power play going into the second period on the long change for each team. Shots 11-10, so pretty much even. Face-off percentage 69-31. Colorado Avalanche. Blocks are even. Takeaways 5-1. Giveaways 2 for the Islanders, 0 for the Avs. So Avs cleaning some things up from last night's game. Hits are in favor of the Islanders. So far, pretty stale game right now. Let's see time on the ice. Barzal's got 6 minutes. Pollock's got 6 minutes. Dobson's got 7 minutes. That's pretty crazy there. Let's take a look at the Avalanche. Rodriguez 7:14. McKinnon 7:25. Rantanen's got 6:59. On the back end, Devon Toews has 8 minutes. Makar 8 minutes. That's pretty crazy there. McDermott's only had 3. So, I mean, ice time for the top dogs is up there. I mean, a lot of guys playing some pretty high ice time. I wonder who hasn't really played much. JT Compher's only had 3:55. Maltsev 2:41. Kraut 2:37. Defensively, it's only been McDermott. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So they're playing 7 defensemen tonight. That's interesting for the Avalanche. Then 4 minutes only for Bailey. But Olivier has only played 3:37. That's kind of crazy there. Huntersley 5:09. They're playing 6 defensemen, so all their stats, ice time is going to be pretty even. But Dobson, he's got pretty decent ice time tonight, so interesting to see there for sure. Let's take a look around the league. 2-1 St. Louis over Montreal. 1-1 Toronto and LA. We got Chicago's up 3-1 on the Buffalo Sabres. Interesting to see there. It looks like the Nashville-Washington game is underway as well. Oh, sorry guys. Just kind of get the yawn out. Looks like they've got a little youth hockey game going on for intermission in this one. But honestly, this game has been kind of back and forth. A lot of stalemate-ish type play of dump and chase hockey. A couple breaks here and there. They're just actually showing the replay of the O'Connor breakaway that he shot into the chest of Varlamov. Varlamov playing solid goaltending that period. Both goalies having to make some plays. I know Clutterbuck had a chance there. Basically, not a breakaway, but was alone in front off of a nice feed there that was Cizikas on the play, but couldn't make the Avalanche pay. I think he hit the crossbar, so went forehand, backhand, crossbar as he was right below the slot. But other than that, it's a lot of dump and chase, hitting hockey, trying to figure each other's systems out, just not anything too crazy. But there is 6:25 p.m. from Mexico. Okay, got it. Yeah, no, it was a long day, long week of work. Just a little tired for sure. My college football team lost today. Penn State fans, so they lost to Ohio State. Had some chances to win that game, but unfortunately couldn't put it together. But we are here tonight. Excuse me. Goodness gracious. But let's take a look here at the standings, current standings as they stand right now. Philly leads the division with 10 points, tied with New Jersey and the Rangers. Columbus is where we expected them to be. Montreal, 8 points. Man, Boston with 16, Florida with 11, Tampa turning things around. I know that they were kind of on a schneid. They're on a 2-game winning streak. Boston's won 5 straight. And against good teams, it's not like Boston have been playing slouches. They've got a plus 18 goal differential, which is insane. But Ottawa, they were on a nice 3-game winning streak. Now they're on a 2-game losing streak. So they're kind of hot and cold. A younger team there trying to figure things out. Winnipeg up there in the division right now have won 3 straight, playing some pretty good hockey recently after having a pretty slow start for their standards. St. Louis has kind of dropped off. It was a lost 3 straight. They're 3-3 on the year. So some teams that we didn't think were going to be at the bottom, near the bottom, they got a -4 goal differential, so they've got to figure things out in a hurry. Golden Knights on a 3-game winning streak. Calgary, 2-game winning streak. Edmonton on a 3-game winning streak as well. So things going pretty well out west for a lot of teams other than your Anaheim Ducks and San Jose Sharks. Vancouver have won 2 straight, so their slow start. They're starting to get things rolling in the right direction, as it looks like the Anaheim Ducks are the worst team in the league with only 3 points being earned so far this season, which is kind of sad. So those are updates on the standings. Let's take a look at the league. And we've got Boston, Vegas, Dallas. I'm curious. Boston, Vegas, Dallas. Islanders, Sabres. We've got Dallas, Florida, Calgary, Philly, Edmonton. Interesting. Interesting stuff there. I'm also trying to compare my top 10. We had Buffalo at 4 last week. They've kind of dropped off a little bit, having lost 2 straight for me. But honestly, just looking forward to my top 10, not really going to give it out too much because I haven't really put it down on paper yet, but I would say big movers, because I have the list here in front of me from last week right now. So we had Bruins, Flames, Pens, Buffalo. Then we had the Stars, Canes, Blues, Avs, Vegas, and Flyers in 10th. Honestly, Bruins are probably going to stay number 1. We'll have some changes, honestly, 2 through 6. Looks like there are going to be some pretty big changes just where teams are and how things are going. Edmonton, honestly, might make a little jump into my top 10. They haven't been in so far this year, but they're starting to figure some things out. They've won 3 games straight. Winnipeg might honestly crack the top 10 as well. But there's still some teams that I still have pretty high hopes on, depending on how things go the rest of tonight, as well as when we start getting into tomorrow. There's some teams there. If Toronto wins a game that they should against the Anaheim Ducks, maybe they go up. Although by the time we start filming, so we typically go live around 7, so we'll sort of be live when the Rangers and the Leafs are playing. So we would have already seen updates on Columbus and New Jersey. It's really the only 2 games that would have massive effect on my power rankings tomorrow night. Would be Toronto, Anaheim, and New Jersey, or the Rangers and the Coyotes. So that'll be interesting to see there. But I mean, Vegas, Boston, they are definitely going to be in our top 10 for sure. As I kind of just start scrolling down the rankings here, man, minus 20 goal differential for the Anaheim Ducks. That's kind of crazy. They're sort of looking at you guys can see the power rankings spreadsheet that I have here. And again, these are only based on basically margins and goals, and doesn't take into consideration the teams that they are actually playing against. It only takes into consideration goals and home goals for, goals against, and margin. And you guys can see it just sort of a bunch of different stats and forecast and things like that I won't really go into, but I will be keeping an eye on these stats. Will sort of be my numbers when it comes to my top 10 power rankings, but these won't be the official power ranking list that I will be based off of, because there's also a little human effect of, let's say the Boston Bruins beat the Anaheim Ducks 8-1. They should be beating the Anaheim Ducks, not by 8-1, but at least they should be winning that game. Or let's say it was vice versa. Let's say it was the San Jose Sharks beating the Vegas Golden Knights right now. That would be a big hit on Vegas, and where they stand right there. According to these numbers, they are considered second. So you guys can see, again, Ottawa Senators, they are not going to be 6th in my power rankings. They actually weren't even in my power rankings last week. But again, these are just stats related for goals and margins and some other things. It won't play 100% in my mind of what my actual top 10 is going to look like. So that's just a little sneak peek at what my spreadsheet does to help me determine. Again, I literally just created this today to help me determine somewhat of a top 10 to get an idea of, mainly stat wise, but then it gives me a better idea of, okay, let's now take a look at this team. Who have they played? Who have they beaten? Who have they lost to? Were they away from home? Were they home? How does that play and sort of mesh together with the stats that they had, and breaking that down? So again, a lot of things are going to be going in to my power ranking top 10. So it's not just the stats. It's going to be eye test. It's going to be who have you beaten, who have you lost to, where have you done it. A lot of things will go into that. So Flyers actually coming back. They're now tied with the Carolina Hurricanes. That's crazy stuff there. That right there, that's a big indicator for me. Like, okay, Flyers start off the season exceeding expectations, actually not even looking good in some of the games that they've been playing, but they're winning games. And they're in this game tonight against the Carolina Hurricanes, who I have had in my top 10 power rankings since week 1. So again, if they're able to pull out this win, again, it's just going to solidify, okay, we were maybe right about having the Flyers in there 10th last week, and maybe they bump up depending on who else they've played. Considering that, let's take a look as we are on the topic right now with their schedule. And they've beat the Florida Panthers, which people are like, oh, last week, a lot of people are like, man, you've got the Flyers in over the Panthers. Have you not seen who the Panthers have beaten? Well, proves my point. The Flyers beat the Panthers. Yes, they lost to the Sharks 3-0. They beat the Nashville Predators, not a great team. They did lose to Florida. They beat the Tampa Bay Lightning. They beat the Vancouver Canucks. They beat the New Jersey Devils. So they've beaten teams that they should be beating. However, they did lose to the Sharks. So that is one thing to keep in mind. But if they can win this week, if they can win, let's say they beat Florida already. Let's say they are down. They started the game 2-0 down against the Hurricanes. They come back. Let's say they win big, or even if they win a tight nail biter, that just means, okay, this team might not necessarily for real, but could be a solid team to look out for as the year goes on. And just taking a look at their schedule moving forward, I mean, next week they've got an away trip, so they've got the Rangers, the Leafs, and the Senators. That is a pivotal week 4 for them in the NHL. If they can go 2-1, and let's hypothetically speaking, they should beat the Senators. If you are trying to be a top team in the NHL, you got to beat the teams that are lower in the league, stat-wise and standing-wise. So hypothetically, you should win the game against the Senators. And then between the Rangers and Leafs, you got to win one of those games if you want to be a top team in the NHL. Let's say they go 3-0. That's only going to enhance their case as to why they could be in my top 10 power rankings. So that's how I look at it. Again, when we look, let's go back here to the main NHL standings and take a peek. If I can find them. So they're currently 4th in league standings. But when you look at their weeks here, so this week they had a pretty big week. So they lost to, they beat the Islanders on Sunday. They lost to the Chicago Blackhawks. They lost to the Flyers. And then today they did beat the Ottawa Senators. So 2-2 this week for them. And then previous weeks they lost to Tampa. They beat Philly, and then they lost to the Florida Panthers. Week 1, they won games that they should have won. So honestly, it's kind of a moot point for me for the Florida Panthers, having had an okay week. They lost to the Blackhawks, which it's a team they shouldn't be losing to if they want to be a playoff team. They lose the Battle of Florida previous week, but beat the Islanders, who, again, looking at it, Islanders are pretty decent. And then they beat Ottawa, who is a streaky young team that, again, they were on a 3-game winning streak. Now they've lost 2 straight. But, again, at this point, depending on how other teams do and when I do my full laundry list of diving into it, which I'll be doing tonight and tomorrow morning before we get into the stream tomorrow night for the puck drop, who knows? Depending on what other teams have done, they still might be out of my top 10 rankings based on the week that they had. And leading up, moving forward, they've got 2 out of the next 3 games. They've got their West Coast swing for the Florida Panthers. So they're going to be pretty far from home, playing Arizona and then the California teams. They've got to go 3-1 in that stretch. Obviously, we go week by week. So that week, they need to go at least 2-1. They need to beat the Sharks. They need to beat the Coyotes. And honestly, if they were to lose the game, I would expect it to be to the Kings. But who knows? They could go 3-0 next week and shoot themselves up in the top 10 power rankings for me. But who knows? There's a lot of things up in the air with the teams. I know another team that people might be interested to be like, wow, they're in your top 10. And at this point, after the week that they have had, I'm kind of shocked right now. They have lost 3 straight. So I'm pretty sure every game this week that they have lost. Now that I think about it, they're tied 3-3 with the Montreal Canadiens. So the game tonight is a big one. So they lost to Winnipeg. They lost to Edmonton. They lost to Nashville. And they could be losing to the Montreal Canadiens tonight, which, if that's the case, you could definitely see them out of my top 10 rankings. They were 7th. They could be dropping out. Again, this game tonight is a big one for my top 10 rankings, top 10 power rankings, because both these teams, Avs are 8th. Islanders are on the cusp of getting in. Maybe this game sways my opinion on who should be in over who. But man, oh man, if a team's going to be dropping out, it's going to be the Blues this upcoming week. But that, again, I'm just giving you a little sneak peek. That's not necessarily what's going to happen. And who knows, maybe I am completely giving you a free look into what my thought process is, and hopefully that helps you guys out on what I see and look for. But thankfully, I think St. Louis is, yeah, they're tied 3-3. Jeez Louise, that's crazy. LA up on the Toronto Maple Leafs. LA making a case and statement for trying to get into the top 10 power rankings. Currently up on the Toronto Maple Leafs. Detroit up 2-1. Chicago still up 3-1 on Buffalo. I know we were pretty high on Buffalo last week, moving them up to 4, having not been ranked previously. But we are underway here. Avalanche still have a minute to go in this extended power play. Oh, there it is right there. Oh, Lehkonen fanned on a puck. Avalanche worked it around down low to, that was Rantanen, who found Lehkonen there in the slot all alone, but looks like the pass was all just a little bit too hard. His lower hand wasn't low enough to get enough salt and pepper on it. But we're back to it here. Avalanche set back up on the power play. Thank you all so much for joining the stream. If you are new, and there's a goal, Evan Rodriguez finds a little soft spot in the defense, and he buries that one. 1-0 for the Avalanche. And you guys, I was going to say, you guys definitely know before I do with the game cast. I tend not to look at it too much because it is a little bit faster than my stream. I stream Fubo, but man, Rodriguez has a shot we know from last year, having really started to come into form, having left Buffalo working or playing for the Penguins. We knew he has a shot, and right there he proves it once again. Nice little one-timer, far side high on the goalie. No chance on that one to be stopped. The Avalanche have a big 1-0 lead here to start the second period as the power play was expiring. I think that literally just came in right before the power play was up. Pretty sure it was a power play goal. Did they make? Yeah, they marked that a power play goal, so their power play continues to be red hot as the Islanders come back down. Hopefully that opens the game up a little bit and makes it a little bit more exciting than it was in the first period, but finally got some life in this game. Evan Rodriguez, third of the season. Rantanen and Lehkonen on the assists as the Avalanche back to work again. Ozone shot. Dobson stops. Shot there from Anders Lee, the captain. Stopped by Georgiev for the whistle. And we're about, where are we? 18:30 left to go. I know I'm just looking at the game cast on my left, and it is 17:16, so I'm about a minute behind the actual game cast, which is interesting to see. So I'm going to try to refresh my Hulu feed. I'm wondering if I actually go to the other feed that's actually ESPN Plus, if it's a little bit faster. Let's see here. Looks like there might be a tripping penalty on the play. Or not. Maybe. Possibly. Okay, so we've got now the MSG feed, which does look like it is a little bit more up to date. So this, okay, so it is a power play for the Avalanche once again. So sending the red hot power play back to the power play. Not what you want if you're an Islanders fan. As the Avalanche, I said 1-3, so I'll wait for my... That's funny. Chip down the ice on the PK, so Islanders doing well so far. Keep them off the board. I know, again, Avalanche have already scored a power play goal literally just a few seconds ago. Looking to get another one here to keep their good form of play on the power play going. Makar. Rantanen on the sidewall. Back up to Makar. Ooh, Makar was looking for McKinnon there. On the cross seamer through the defense, but nicely tipped out there by Mayfield. Okay, yeah, so this feed is a little bit more up to date as I look across. It says 16:15, and on my TV it's 16:50. So thankfully, it is up to date, so that's nice to know. Looks like power play unit still sort of won. Oh, big shot there. Oh, chance in front. There it is. Rantanen on the side of the net. Can't get it to go. Another chance for the Avalanche goes by. Rantanen, though. Dangerous passer. Sends it, but it goes the length of the ice. And the Islanders, I'm sure, getting a change on the play. So we've got 30 seconds left in the power play. Looks like PP unit number 2 out for the Avalanche. They look to get something going here. Devon Toews at the point. Gerard. Ooh, over Byram with a shot that's blocked by... I don't even know who that was who blocked. It might have been Mayfield on the play. But here come the Avs. Full strength now for the Islanders. Chance, ooh, right at the end of the power play for the Avs, but Comfer unable to get solid enough contact on the puck to make that interesting. The Islanders survive that power play, so 1 for 2 are the Avalanche on the power play, unable to get anything there on that second chance. Thank you all so much for who's watching. Wow! I just looked back up top at the scores. Montreal up 4-3 on St. Louis. St. Louis is falling apart in that game. LA is up 3-2 on Toronto. And elsewhere, everything else is still the same. But that 4-3 Montreal score kind of shocked me. As a big chance there for the Avalanche. Huh, looks like the Islanders are going to the power play. Goaltender interference on the play. Here come the Islanders on the power play. Chance to get things going. Oh, fan shot there by Dobson. Looking to get something going. Barzal. Shot from the point by Dobson. One-timer, but blocked there and is sent the other way. Islanders can't get anything going on that. So I'm trying to stay up to date with some college football scores, just checking those out on my phone right now as this game is going on. Kind of a little bit of a stale power play here from the Islanders, trying to enter the zone as they are able to do so. Islanders, power plays ending, looking for something. One-timer from the point, big shot there. Islanders, what a stop by Georgiev. Holy smokes, still a chance, blocked. Oh, breakaway now for the Avs. Rantanen from out of the box, and he scores. Wow, what a freaking turn of events that was. Oh my goodness. That was insane. I was like, is something going to happen? And I'm looking up some college football scores. And next thing you know, Islanders still power play. Chance in front. Georgiev extends. What an absolute beauty of a play from the goaltender. And then a big block there by Rantanen. Sends it the other way as Rantanen flies the zone. He goes glove side high on Varlamov. The dude who took a penalty, who I didn't even really think it was a penalty. I think he was pushed into the goaltender. Puts the Avs up. Kraut and him got sort of a shared block on that play. 2-0 lead here for the Avalanche. That is huge. Fourth goal of the season for Rantanen. As the Avalanche seem to be an avalanche in this game against the Islanders, as they can't seem to get anything going here tonight. And having only scored 0 goals last night, they have 2 tonight against the Islanders, and they're looking to pour on some more. So the Islanders just trying to get back into this game. They can't get anything going, and on that last power play, it did not help that they couldn't get it done there either. So they got to find a way to get it done, as I'm also checking fantasy hockey right now and currently have a slim lead. So my team is finding a way to get it done, and I love it. Avalanche in the O-zone, though. Ooh, McKinnon at the point. Ooh, tip there. That was dangerous. McKinnon from the point again. What a nip. What an absolute nip. I don't know if that was tipped in front. I believe Rodriguez got a stick on that, but McKinnon doing what McKinnon does, absolutely ripping the puck. He was actually at the point. Him and Devon Toews had a little bit of a exchange there. As Toews went low, worked it back, low to high. McKinnon on target, and Rodriguez gets that to go through. Was his stick below the crossbar, though? Was it below his shoulders? Yes, indeed, it was. Beats Varlamov, and in a span of about a minute, the Avalanche get 2 goals, and they're now up 3-0 against the Islanders, who, wow, considering the fact that the Islanders had a big night against the Canes last night, they can't seem to put it together tonight, and it looks like the Islanders taking a timeout. Coach is having a little heart-to-heart with them to try to get things going, but man, Avalanche are just buzzing tonight. One goal, yes sir. What a tip by Rodriguez. Second goal of the night too. Like, man, Islanders need to get something going here because it's not looking good, and I expect them to come out and throw the body around because that's what they do. But the Avs back off to the races here. They said 2 goals in a minute 5. Do it. Write it to Penguins. Do it. Oh, goodness. TV timeout. Checking scores elsewhere. It's still the same scores elsewhere. So, nothing crazy when it comes to goals right now. Although, man, Montreal St. Louis would have been a fun game to watch. I'll be excited to watch those highlights after the game tonight. Sullivan training Penguins. I think it's been since 2015. So he's been there, what? 8 years? 8, 9 years now, just about. All right, getting back into this game. Islanders O-zone face-off here. God, the Islanders just can't really get anything going offensively. They just tried to get a little cycle going and just it's kind of blowing up in their face right now. Avalanche back off to the races. Here they come with that speed. O'Connor. Islanders off to the races. 3 on 2. 3 on 2. Oof. Big hit there. Islanders with a chance. Over to Dobson. Oh, that's an absolute freaking bomb. Whew. Bomb from Dobson. Islanders entered the zone, tried to feed it across, but then became sort of a broken play out of the corner. Islanders came up with the puck, worked it low to high. No one was covering the far point, which was Dobson, and Georgiev just absolutely screened, kind of off his angle a little bit, and Dobson just sends it far side on an absolute rip into the net. And we've got a 3-1 game now. So Islanders giving us a little bit of life from their bench, from their team. They can try to get another one here before maybe, let's say, the 5-minute mark of the period. I'd say we'd have a pretty good game going into the third. But if, let's say, Colorado get one here, could be the end of things. Oh, geez Louise. Pretty close. Could be close. It is 3-1. You are correct. There is a chance for it to be correct, but still a long game. I said, what did I say? 5-2 Avalanche. So things are looking good for my prediction here today. We'll see if it comes true. I don't think it will, but you never know. Could get lucky. TV timeout as we wait. Checking scores elsewhere. Looks like we are all square. Carolina Phillies going into the third, so that'll be fun to keep an eye on. Corner of my eye. All right. I was going to say, if that game kept getting out of hand, I was about to say we might end the stream early. Because I am gassed. Oh, actually, they're showing the Islanders' upcoming schedule. Man, if they are able to come back tonight and beat the Avalanche, they have a good case of potentially getting into our top 10. But they did lose Sunday to the Panthers, so going to be interesting. They've got a big week upcoming. They've got the Blackhawks, Blues, and Red Wings. So honestly, they should be able to go at least 2-1 next week and potentially could find themselves in the next couple of weeks in the top 10, but we will have to wait and see how things turn out. But back underway here in this period, as the TV timeout is over, Islanders back off to the races. Looks like we got a little more pep in their step after scoring that goal. They need to try to get one here before the end of the period if they want a chance in the rest of this game. Zach Parise, still kicking as an old man. I remember back in his youth and his glory days, man, that dude was a top-notch hockey player, but a little older, a little bit slower, and, older guys tend to lose a pep in their step as careers go on, and he can still shoot the puck, but definitely a different role, more of a veteran grinder-type player, and I think he's now finally starting to accept that. I think in the past couple of years, he was still thinking he was a top dog, top NHLer. He's just not that player anymore. So good for him that he's still in the league. I mean, very solid, notable player that most NHL fans know about. So we've got some scrum hockey going. Islanders trying to get some more offensive zone time. They haven't had too much of it so far this period, but I mean, they've got at least one goal. I know could have been a lot worse, but thankfully, Islanders finding a way to get back into this game as the Avs get this thing in deep. Islanders off to the races. Bolivier. Shot. Ooh, that just goes wide. Shot again from the Islanders. That goes wide as well. Avs working their way, trying to get this puck out. Rantanen. Ooh, there it was. Point shot. Goalie doesn't know where it is. Finds his way to the corner. Avs still with the puck, but out of their zone, regrouping. Here comes McKinnon. Burst of speed. Nope. Stops up. Gets the puck back. Ooh, Rantanen's at the end of his shift. Big chance here for the Islanders. Ooh, nice glove save there from Georgiev. Ugh. Face off, won by the Islanders, but they basically gave the puck away. Barzal finds... Ooh, back post. Close play there for the Islanders, but they are able... The Avalanche, I beg your pardon, able to escape for now, but the Islanders keeping the pressure up. Now starting to get a little bit more of a sustained offensive zone forecheck as the Avalanche able to break that puck out. But Clutterbuck off to the races. 3-on-2 developing for the Islanders. Barzal back to Clutterbuck. Oh, big chance there. But stopped nicely. Oh, Barzal. Oh, my goodness. I was about to say stopped nicely there by Georgiev. Got some back and forth hockey here, but Barzal with it in the O zone. Looks far side. Dobson. Ooh, that catches Georgiev off guard as he puts that behind the net. But that one definitely caught him off guard big time. Barzal with it. Shot, glove down Georgiev, and that run of play is going to come to a halt. So we had some pretty exciting hockey there from the Islanders now, getting a little bit more momentum after having scored that goal. Clutterbuck entering the zone. Barzal had it. Back to Clutterbuck. Oof. Oh, there it was on the side of the net too for Bailey, but he just can't seem to bury it there. Was it Byram on the stick lift? Oh, he just got it in front of him. That was a nice play. Oh, goodness. Well, we've got some pretty exciting play here from the Islanders after having scored that one goal. They're only down 3-1 now, and they've had the majority of chances ever since then. And just about to be 5 minutes left to go in this period. Second period shots, 12-8 right now for the Islanders as the Avs keep it in the Islanders zone there for just a moment. But here come the Islanders once again. Oh, Palmieri got crushed. Here come the Avs. Islanders wake up. They are... yeah, I guess so. Ooh, Anders Lee, nice feed. Under 5 to play in the period. Puck out of play. Will they go to TV timeout is the real question. Oh, they will. That's unfortunate. I was about to say, can we get through the rest of this period? That would be great. This game feels like it's going on forever at this point in time. Honestly, might cut the stream short. I'm just kind of dead tired, exhausted, and I mean, it's a good game. Montreal now up 5-3 on St. Louis. LA up 4-2 on Toronto. 2-1 Detroit, Minnesota, and 3-1 Chicago up over Buffalo right now. Golly, guys. I might cut the stream short tonight. After the second period here, I'm just kind of tired. But just kind of blanking out there. Let me know what questions you guys have. Any other questions about the league? Just checking up on updated comments. I was going to say the Islanders are definitely more awake than I am right now, so... 6-3 now, Montreal over St. Louis. That is crazy, and you can definitely expect that the Blues are going to be dropping out of my top 10 this week for sure. That is just absolutely crazy with what they got going for them. That's just, whew. Started off the season strong, but just ever since then, just haven't been able really to figure it out. Looks like they're coming back from TV timeout. We've got, Islanders woke up after they scored that goal, getting themselves back into this game again. 3-1, 2-goal lead is the worst lead in hockey, as what all the hockey pundits say. It's what history has always said, but don't know why, because, again, they score one, you're still got a 2-goal lead, so don't really know how a 2-goal lead is the worst one in hockey. I would say a 1-goal lead is the worst one in hockey. At least that's how I think it is, because if you score, then you're tied. So it is what it is. Momentum back on the side of the Islanders, I would say. At this point in time, they need another one here before the end of this period to get really back into this game. I think if that was the case, momentum would be 100% on their side, but who knows? Avalanche just really at this point need to hold on. If they can maybe squeak another goal in here, the 3:45 left to go in the period, it would be smooth sailing, honestly, the rest of the way for them. See, looking at my Gamecast and then looking at this stream, it's like the stream is way behind. Interesting. Well, we'll watch out the rest of this period. I know looking at the Gamecast, it's pretty much the end of the second, but we'll get there together. We'll find a way. But honestly, I think we're going to cut the stream short tonight. Yeah, we'll definitely probably cut the stream early tonight. This game kind of pretty much stale, and I'm going to start watching some other games and get ready for tomorrow night's stream with you guys. Start doing some research, working on some breakdowns for you guys, because I've got a couple takes this week. Do the breakdown videos or segment videos a little differently this upcoming week. Instead of conference breakdowns, we'll do more of certain team breakdowns, just because certain teams have definitely earned it more than others. So we'll try to get that going for the upcoming weeks. But this game just kind of stale at this point, but is what it is. Again, not every game during the regular season is going to be extremely entertaining, but this one right now, kind of back in that stale-ish type phase. Another whistle, icing on the play for the Islanders. Back on watching the Colorado stream. We were on the Islanders stream there for a little bit. Rantanen in the ozone. He's going to try to work that around. Chance here for the Avalanche. Ooh, that's blocked there nicely by the Islanders, and Anders Lee back off to the races. Oh, what a feed to McKinnon. He's there off the post. What an absolute feed that was. McKinnon once again on the chance. O'Connor getting mugged there by Pelech. What a play. Yeah, great defense by them. And again, you got McKinnon there with a great play there, but just hitting the post. Jeez. Avs with a chance. Another glove save there by Varlamov. Chance here. Oh, wow. Avalanche with a big chance there. Unable to capitalize on that one, but here come the Islanders with 30 seconds left to go in this period, but back the other way. Avalanche, another stale-ish type just dump and chase hockey. And we're probably going to see a lot more of that here coming up for the third, but whoa. Wow. Huh. Gonna be interested. St. Louis, another goal, 6-4 Montreal. That's a high-scoring game. Philly now up 3-2 against Carolina. That's just crazy stuff. Huh. Offensive zone draw here for the Avalanche. 17 seconds left to go in the period. But yeah, we're gonna. Oh, geez, that really hurt. We're gonna end this stream here at the end of this period. Call it a night for watching live, but I will be watching some other games. Just gonna try to catch up on some things, some highlights, get my thoughts and gather them for tomorrow night's stream, where again we've got an hour live puck drop episode, the puck drop, for you guys tomorrow night. So make sure you tune into that for the weekly wrap up, sort of reaction, everything for this past week of hockey, and that is the period. What a period indeed it was for both teams. Avalanche getting a couple goals, Islanders responding. There's still a lot of time left here in this game. Again, a whole period, but it's just been so stale. I want to be able to try to catch up on some other games tonight. So this stream, we will cut it short here tonight, but I do hope you guys have enjoyed it so far. Have enjoyed it. The channel in a whole, really do appreciate you guys stopping by, checking out the videos and all that good stuff. But that's going to be it for this stream. We will see you guys tomorrow night for the puck drop. We'll see you then. Hope you guys have a good one. As always, stay dusty.